Carlos Yermina. I'm Director of Operations and Educator for the Florida Cannabis Coalition. And I am here today emceeing the event Canna Day Tampa Bay 2016.
Why am I doing this? Because I don't think we should leave one person outside the rule of law. There's no one that I want to see arrested for using cannabis otherwise responsibly.
Excited for a fun day? Talking about cannabis? Huh?
Carlos, thank you for having us here today and for showing up, because we are on the brink of an important time here in Florida for patients in this state, and at Regulate we definitely push Amendment 2 because we believe in Amendment 2 and believe what it's going to bring for the patients here in the state of Florida.
And they asked me, well, how does it work? I don't know. Ask the doctors and the scientists. I can tell you one thing, when she doesn't have it, she's sick, and her symptoms come back. And when she got it, she's like this. She can communicate and everything else. So.
And welcome to Talk Shit.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Talk Shit. How the hell are you? It is Friday, and I couldn't be happy. You all right, baby? You want me to move the camera somewhere or something? You all right?
You definitely zoomed up on me.
You want me to zoom out a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not liking it. Because, like,
say good morning.
Up here, good morning, everybody. Happy Veterans Day. You can, while you're zooming in, well, that's zooming in, jackass. It says American Freedom. I'm not laughing. Well, anyhow, my shirt says American Freedom.
How's that? Better?
Yeah.
Give it a bigger view of the studio there.
I'm hiding in the corner.
That's okay. That's okay.
You're
Good morning,
bring
everyone.
It to like here.
What? Yeah,
anyhow,
no, we need signs.
I want to say Happy Veterans Day. There's a few people in our family, my stepfather, who served in Korea and Vietnam.
Yeah, there's a lot of veterans in our family. Absolutely.
Your father,
my brother,
your
my
mother,
father,
your brother,
yep.
and my cousin. Those five are the closest to us in our family, and that we know. My cousin and my stepfather are the only two that actually went over and fought. Me personally, I don't believe that America is free anymore. I really don't. But I definitely, every veteran I see, I think my youngest does the same. She
I do.
walks up
You
to
do.
them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They'll be in uniform, and she'll say, "Thank you for your service." It's just in my bones. I feel it's necessary for me to thank them, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. So I just wanted to let everybody know that.
YouTube's acting real funny this morning, folks. So if anybody's trying to get on YouTube, it ain't you, because I was having trouble before. So even the encoder is giving me trouble with YouTube at this point. So it's definitely not you, it's them. It's definitely them. There's got to be them, because
Yeah, a lot of people, 2 people in the neighborhood were telling me that they were having issues with their internet. So, and they were working yesterday right up the road.
yeah, well, it's pissing me off yesterday, because no matter what I try to do, we had such bad latency on the bit rate and everything. It was just horrible, man. Just totally horrible.
Good morning, Jamie.
Good morning, Jamie. How are you this morning? Where's she watching us on? Kennedy Studios or Talk Shit? Welcome to the show, Jamie. How are you? Got a few things we're going to discuss today, a few surprises, things like, hey, let me get this out of the way here. Let's get this out of my view.
Good morning,
your view. Who?
Carlos.
Hey, Carlos. I was just thinking about you this morning.
Ooh.
While the canabration, or not the canabation, but the video was playing of the Canada Day celebration, or
Saturday.
Yeah, that day.
Oh, Saturday.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking, I haven't seen him post any of the pictures. Not there was a lot. I do apologize for that, bro, but I was shooting more video than I was taking pictures. It came out all right, though. I mean, first time with the new camera, I was trying out the remote on the phone, which, speaking of, I was actually going to hook up my phone to the system today.
Right.
And give it a little testy swirly and see how it works. What do you think?
Right now?
Well, I can hook while you're doing your spiel later. But I'm just trying to share your spiel. I'm just trying to share the broadcast on different groups. And
happy freaking Friday.
It is a happy Friday. I'm wearing my USA shirt, of course. What does it say underneath there, babe?
It says freedom the American way.
Oof. All right, so pardon me. It's just one of the things I've been thinking about all morning. And it's one of the subjects we're going to talk about. Freedom, the American way. Most definitely the American way. That's one thing I wanted to talk about. All of these protests that are going on, baby, what is your opinion? Give me the short version.
Makes me sick.
Okay.
I can't be any more shorter than totally makes
No, the
me
short version answer I'm looking for. How do you think it would have went if Hillary was elected?
Same.
Okay. Honestly? You think the Trump supporters would have been out there rioting?
Yes.
I think the Trump supporters are the poor, the broke, the beaten down, and they have too much to lose.
Wrong.
To go out there and well, I mean, for the most part, the ones that are out there right now protesting are Hillary voters, and I mean,
not just no, you can't say that
because
they've already interviewed a few people, and they're not just Hillary voters.
I don't. When
they
it comes
just
to
did
that,
not want.
When
Trump.
It comes to the interviewed a few people, okay. Let's just debunk that whole thing about crisis actors, okay?
We already know the whole story.
Don't believe the mainstream media.
Obviously, you know, we talk about it on the show all the time.
Do not believe
we talk shit, but honestly, we talk true shit. You know,
I don't fucking sugarcoat it. I don't, it is what it is, right? Like Mama said.
And, we completely talked about last week how, they depicted Saturday's event. Or this week,
completely wrong. Yes, you're right.
How one station favored more towards our friends and our co-fighters. I'm going to call them co-fighters in this fight, and then the other one portrayed a woman who lied. I called her uneducated because she has not been to California or Colorado and spoke with the Congress and got to
I think the only
find out.
problem that Colorado has experienced with cannabis, well, there's two. I can honestly see that just from my point of view, there's two problems that they've had so far to date with the cannabis problem.
Which is?
Where to put all the fucking money that they're making, because the banks won't touch it.
Yes.
All the traffic.
Good morning, Pete.
Good morning, Pete. How are you, Pete?
Says it.
Pete, how are you? Don't mind me. I'm just, oh, I see that right there. Pete. Cessa. Cool. Good morning, Pete. How are you?
Jamie has a job. Congratulations.
Good deal, Jamie. Good deal.
Good luck.
Are we ready to bury this fucker?
Lou, I'm still trying to wake up from
the nightmare.
No.
Which
Jamie, our ex-babysitter.
Jamie, our ex-babysitter. I knew that. Okay, you have to excuse me, Jamie. We deal with a lot of.
We got a lot of Jamie.
We got a few Jamies now. Yeah, definitely.
It gets looks like confusing. My head was being smacked by the microphone. Now I'm gonna watch it. I'm see if I can watch it.
You better get it quick though, because it goes by quick. Oh no, that's changed already. Oh yeah, right there. It does. If you look on Talk Shit, looks like you're. You just looked up. Forget it. You blew it.
I'll watch it. So,
all right. Well, anyway, back to the question at hand. The whole rioting about, that not my president. And that's either way. Do you really honestly, is that the route that we're going to go? I mean, do you really honestly believe that not your president? Is that what the people who didn't vote for Obama did, who didn't vote for Reagan, who didn't vote for Clinton, who didn't vote for Bush's, who didn't vote for Carter's, who didn't, you know what I'm saying? On and on and on. Is that what we've come to now?
Sadly, Obama, there was riots.
Okay, but not like this, Michelle. There are people getting ripped out of their cars at intersections and getting Rodney Kinged. It's happening everywhere.
I know.
The bad thing is what they don't realize is you're not.
What are you doing?
Anything?
You're making everything worse. You're wasting.
Oh my God!
Everything. Everything.
Listen, we didn't even talk about this morning, her and I. This is all just
everything worse. Your ass is going to end up in either dead or in jail.
Yep.
For
or
what?
On the news
for
with
what?
a fucking face out to here because they shot you with a rubber fucking bullet because you were somewhere where you shouldn't have been doing something you definitely shouldn't have been doing.
Again, I'm not.
Do you want to protest? Babe, what are we doing right now?
We're we are educating
activists
the people
right now. Let me tell you something. If vote yes on 2 didn't pass, we'd be protesters. But right here,
peaceful.
From behind this out to a whole bunch of people trying to educate, like Mama says every day when we're on the show. Every day you say it, babe. Every single fucking show. Educate, please. People, tell somebody something. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and when it comes to this whole presidency thing, listen, there's only one way that this could go with the presidency, or there's 2 ways it could go, okay? He could fucking change the world forever for the better, or he could flop on his fucking back and we'll have President Biden. And he could flop on his fucking back and we'll have...
No, we won't have Biden. We'll have Pence.
Oh, that's right. Whatever.
That's assistant.
Right. Correct. Sorry. It was just a name that popped in my head and I didn't realize it. Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Good morning, Sherry.
Good morning, Sherry. Guys, I apologize for the replay yesterday.
Okay, so Carlos says to you...
What?
Oh dude, I've been swamped since amendment passed. I did a little bit of video editing, but I fucking lost the work I did.
Ugh. Listen.
I need to get on that.
I'll tell you a little secret with that, Carlos, and I learned that with doing videos too. Every 2 or 3 steps that you make to your video,
save it.
If you add graphics, save it. You know what I'm saying? If
always save
every step of the way. In reality, not even 2 or 3. If you move something out of the way and have to readjust shit and then bring it back, and after that tiny little shift is done, save it.
Yeah, I wanna. You made me think of something.
What, baby?
for our 20-year togetherness, whatever you want to do. Because we're not married.
Cohabitation?
So illegal.
Illegal
Cohabitation.
How do you like the name of the show today, babe? The Real Deal, Time for Some Civil Disobedience.
I don't know. It sounds good.
It's good, right? It's catchy, right?
But
listen, I'm talking
personally, I would say thank you again in advance.
Absolutely.
I'm concentrating on that. But
well, that's part of the problem where I was going.
You
with
made
the
me
whole,
forget.
Sorry.
I'm gonna give Louis his own show.
Call it. I interrupt.
Yep. Louis talk shit.
Louis talks too much.
Louis talk. That's gonna be the next story. Louis talk shit.
Yeah. No. My point of the show was today was to talk about. Come on, think about what you were saying, babe, so we can get it back. Was to talk about exactly what the fuck is going on today, and make America great again, or fucking grab them by the pussy, or whatever the fuck, dude. Listen, the point of the thing is look, it can only go one of two ways, and if it goes south, how long do you think he's going to stay? How long do you think,
He's well protected.
It's not that. That's not what I mean. I mean, how long before he gets impeached and thrown out or arrested or whatever?
Allegedly, within the first 100 days, he said that he's going to go ahead and completely and utterly change Obamacare.
Good.
In the first 100
reformed.
Days,
it's a good thing. It's a good thing, right? For those who can afford it.
Obamacare is very expensive. I know that the very few people who have tried to get on Obamacare cannot afford Obamacare.
Nope. It's sad.
Ain't that some shit?
It's sad. But like I said,
was gonna have a garage sale this weekend, and my sister just popped up on my feed saying,
"You want to have a garage sale?"
No, that she is having a garage sale this weekend.
Bitch, good idea.
Beat me to it.
Son of a bitch.
Moving on just for a few minutes, because we're going to go back and forth with these people, because it's not going to stop.
There's a lot that we need to say.
It's not going to stop, and it's going to completely and utterly sicken me, and it's going to be to the point where I'm going to have my food delivered. I'm going to have,
fuck that. Grow it.
I'm not, I'm watching right now how many protesters are out there and fighting each other. For what? You can't do a damn thing about it.
You like where I put that?
Yeah, but it keeps going on. So I'm like
cooking almost. Cold cock?
Yeah.
What'd you say? Turn it up.
Cold cock. And
is that what you got on your mind? Is cold cock? You sure you don't want no hot cock?
No hot cock. Hot cock burn.
Hot cock burn.
It's
like no hot cock for you. It make burn pussy. Sorry, we get off track real quick here.
There's like 1,000 people there. Oh my god.
Where? Oh, at the riot. Where? What? Which one? Who? What? I'm lost. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the riot. I don't know where this riot is because I don't want to turn up my volume. It's only showing a video of it. But it says protesters continue across the USA. Trump calls them unfair. Okay, listen.
Hey, listen, this is the
Here
system,
we go
though.
now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
You got a president that wants to fight against 1,000 protesters.
What do you mean fight?
Trump calls them unfair.
That's unfair. It is unfair.
Obviously,
because I guarantee if
be
the
doing
shoe was on the other foot, they wouldn't be out there protesting.
See, and I do.
No, I really don't feel that way.
I believe there's so many Trump people that would have fought
I do
for
believe
him.
Yeah, but where is Hillary right now? She should be out there going, yo guys, no, this is the democracy system. This is the system the people chose.
Clinton,
this is my point. And anybody, listen, regardless of what should be and shouldn't be, okay, my point to the whole thing is this is the electoral system. This is how it works.
This is why we live in the USA.
Yes,
this is how it works.
Yes, you can protest. who's the president, but let's not fucking rip people out of their cars and beat them up on the corner of the fucking intersection. What did this one fucking guy have to do with anything? There's a video going around Facebook. I know you've seen it by now, where they ripped the dude out of the car, white dude, bunch of black dudes. Just fucking, where is the mentality?
Now
in
that could be switched to race
right,
again.
that's what I'm saying. But either way, it would have went the same fucking way. The Hillary supporters would have fucking, I mean, you know what I mean? That would have went the same way. They would have all used everything as an excuse. But my point to it is just like Michelle said before I even said it. We're in sync this morning, Michelle. What is that going to do? That's going to get you either dead, number one, all fucked up, number two, or number three, arrested. And let's face it,
all of them sound great. Let's go for it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
it's
you people?
really, dead. Come on, you really want to die for something so minuscule?
Who's president?
Yeah, I mean, come on. He can't do really
You and
a really bad. I mean, okay. We're talking about the commander in chief, all right? There's a lot of power there. Yes. Do you really think the man is that illogical to destroy the country that he actually made millions and millions of dollars in? No, it would be in his interest to actually turn the country
Those
around.
protesters aren't listening to that.
But that's the problem, okay? And that's the problem. This is the system. That's what brings me back to what I said. This is the electoral system. They voted the man into office. It's time to fucking stop.
So RNC chair advises anti-Trump protesters to take a deep breath. Reince Priebus says he understands that many people are upset over Donald Trump election victory, but advised protesters to, quote, take a deep breath.
Yeah, exactly.
And I agree. There's nothing that you can do.
It's not doing any good.
You are completely and utterly wasting police
resources,
hospitals, properties. You go to work.
Get a job.
Go to work.
Give me air dabs.
Work.
Give me air dabs.
Work every day. Work every.
Oh, look at that! I had my hand in your shot. Look at that. Woo. Peace. You can do a little meet. But then look at my shot. I just got my hand up. It was like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah, because the camera's right.
Go to work.
Hey,
love each other.
This
could be fun. Look like you're doing anything.
I'm not. Oh, there it is. Hey, see, I can do shit like that. Alrighty then.
Like I said, coming next week,
Jesus,
Lou
dude,
talk shit.
Fucking this guy, I'm gonna fucking. Oh my god.
Lou talk shit. What?
You drive me crazy, dude.
Do I want to know?
Tagged me and 48 other fucking people, bro. Really?
Nice. Okay, so
remove tag.
I thought something that was more serious
dude,
than
fucking,
that. Whatever. Anyhow,
oh
so for the people that are listening out there, Leonard Cohen, legendary singer, songwriter, has died at age 82. One of his songs, he's best known for the song, quote, Hallelujah. He wrote it. So rest in peace, legend Cohen. Leonard Cohen. Trump is keeping journalists in the dark at the moment. I want to talk about what happened in Florida yesterday. So, shut up. I don't care about your stupid tag. So you untag yourself. Be done with it. No, I want to tell you this story.
Go ahead.
All right. So there's this guy. He's outside flying his drone. And there's another person that's out driving a car. And then there's a third person that was walking. And they looked up. And two bald eagles got into a fight.
No, was it a fight?
Let me. I know the story, so shut the fuck up.
I thought the other
okay?
one was trying to eat the other one, not rescue him.
No, the two of them got into a fight in air. While they were fighting in air, they fell straight down into a storm drain.
I'd seen all that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then the guy with the drone, the guy or the woman driving, and the person outside all went over. They called obviously whatever bird people.
The bird.
I can't think of their names, but they just do birds. And then why don't you remove yourself and show those two eagle pictures, because that'd be cool. Can you zoom in on those?
What am I doing?
The two eagle pictures that are behind your monitor.
Oh yeah,
Anyhow,
sure. I'll just get up and
just
fucking turn the camera.
stick your face up in there.
Yeah.
Anyhow, they fought in the storm drain for 90 minutes. 90 minutes. They finally removed both birds. One of them that got it out, it went straight into the air and left. The other one has a broken beak, cuts all over him or her, possibly a broken leg. It is costing thousands of dollars a day for obviously they just started carrying but for him yesterday, but from yesterday on it's going to cost thousands of dollars a day to repair him and heal him. After he is healed, he will not be released in the same neighborhood.
It's cost more money. No,
he will be released in a different neighborhood.
I thought you were going to tell me they were going to keep him.
No, they can't keep them.
They're protected, or are they still on the protected species list?
I don't know, but I'm gonna try to see. Oh, that's my camera.
Wow, YouTube is acting funky, man, like that. You want to disappear?
Yeah.
There you go. Mama's gone. That fast.
Just
What's up, baby? Where you going? What do you got to do? Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, what about it? Okay. Alrighty then. Yeah, well, I just, my biggest thing was this morning was with all the fuckery that's going on after this election. This is the country we live in. This is the political system we have. It's been this way for, last I checked, a long time. Oh.
Yeah, I'm back like that.
Sorry.
Sorry, guys. I don't feel
silly like that. That's why I didn't wake her up yesterday. And again, I apologize for yesterday. Not going live.
Not for nothing, guys, but I'm really honestly, I don't feel well, and I don't know how long I can do this. I do appreciate, you listening to my hoarse ass voice every morning, and sharing our stories and being there, supporting us. We love every single one of you guys.
I love what we do. I love interacting with everybody like this.
Definitely loves cutting people up like me. Well, only me. So I say in other news, I just want to say thank you for listening, and I hope we at least changed a few people's minds as far as, Amendment 2 and why it's important to have medical cannabis. Even if we helped or changed one person's mind, one person. It's not about standing outside with a sign protesting, pot shops are going to be everywhere, or vote yes on 2. Even though, yes, I did do that. But in the same respect, it's every person that you meet and talk to, literally, so they completely and utterly understand. Now, my passion, obviously, is medical cannabis. I've been told 100 times by close loved ones and people that I don't even know. Why do I tell people that I'm a patient, or why do I tell people that I believe in cannabis, and why do I walk around with a big shirt? with a cannabis leaf on it. Well, let me explain something. There's 3 reasons. The first and main reason is I'm on 22 pills a day. That's the main reason. I want to get off the 22 pills a day and switch over to cannabis and do it legally without having to worry about number 2, raiding my house. They've already raided my house. DCF has already been involved. I do not and cannot and will not physically, mentally, emotionally go through that again. And I refuse to put my daughter through our daughter through that. Um, and number 3 is people that have known me my life. I am very timid and quiet. I do not like fighting. I don't like play fighting.
You're a very non-confrontational person.
Don't like confrontation. But in the same respect, I also stand up for my rights and the rights of others. And prime example, yesterday I was at a store, and this store, first of all, they're supposed to say hello to everybody that walks in, and I thought that was pretty cool. So they said, this one girl, I'll call her out, I don't care, because I told her to listen. Her name's Jamie. Another Jamie.
Different Jamie. See what I mean?
See, I found another Jamie. Anyhow, she went ahead and she said, I walked in, she says, hello, Michelle. I make it around the corner. She has no customers. She comes out. She comes over and starts talking to me about Amendment 2. She had said that her father is in his 80s and uses cannabis every single day and is about to pop out baby number 6. That's not what I was talking about. Just then,
that's a whole nother soap opera there.
Just then, a gentleman with this red shirt, which I couldn't tell if he worked for the company or for somebody else, or if he was corporate or whoever he was, with a red shirt, starts yelling at my friend, saying, "You're not allowed to talk to your friends on the clock. You need to get back to work." OMG. I stopped where I was at, which was probably a good 15 feet away. I turned around and walked up to this dude. I'm not, I told you, I'm very non-confrontational, but I'm not going to allow her to get in trouble for talking to me. No. So I got up in his face and I said, "Excuse me, sir. I come in here every single day. There is no reason for you to discipline her for any reason." Listen, he was a distributor and a delivery dude. He wasn't even.
He was a douchebag.
He wasn't even like, he delivers soda to the place. Okay. So he was the Coca-Cola man. I'm going to call him out. I don't give a fuck. And he then puts his hand up and says, "This doesn't concern you." Now that it makes me even more infuriated. And I walk even closer to him and I said to him, "Hey, don't put your hand up in my face, saying it doesn't concern me." It does concern me because she was talking to me. I can understand if she was talking to a bunch of people, but she was talking to me. And he then starts rubbing my arm. "Don't touch me. Don't touch me."
Oh my God. Dude did everything that you should definitely not do.
I was in the restaurant business for 20 years and I was taught, don't touch nobody.
Everything that you
don't
should
touch
not
nobody.
do in the business.
Like, don't touch nobody. Because just like that, boom, it's considered sexual harassment, whatever. So he goes ahead and he touches me. I say, "Don't touch me," just like that. He says, "I'm just playing. I'm the coke dude. I just play."
I'm the coke dude. Nice.
Not that kind of coke. Dude. Sprite.
Wrong coke.
Root beer.
Sorry.
And I said, "You better next time think about what you're saying or doing, because you know.
It could get you in a lot of trouble.
So then I
Whoa.
went to the
Saw my big old forehead in the
it's
replay.
big.
Yeah.
And then I went to the manager who I'm friends with and told her what had happened, and she said, "Good for you," because he had absolutely no right, talking to me that way. He had no right speaking
very inappropriate
to her that way, and you're gonna touch me and put your hand up in my face. No.
You shouldn't have done that, Paul.
And you're lucky that Lou wasn't there because Lou probably would have made it to you before I did. Because I walk a little slow.
Yeah, and you know what? When you said that, Michelle, and I didn't think about this yesterday when you were talking about it, I just got this shriek. Let's say I was just walking around the store. You go one way, I go the other way, like we usually do, and we go schmy our separate ways. And then I come back to you and say, "Babe, can I get this? Can I get this?" And you go, "No." And then I go back and I schmy some more, and then come back with something else and go, "Babe, can I get this? Can I get this?" And you go, "No." And then I'll finish shopping with you. Okay, let's go then.
Yeah,
that's usually the way it goes, right?
I normally have Louie on one side, Angie on the other. Mom. Babe.
So anyway,
Mom, babe.
Anyway, back to my story.
Mom,
yeah, enough said. Babe, can I have this?
No.
If God forbid I walked away from you, and at that point I come around the corner and seen that, holy shit, it would have got ugly. It would have got ugly fast, man. I would have flipped out. I literally would have flipped out. I honestly don't even know what I would have done at this point now. Now that I think about it.
So Jamie was so funny. She says to the Coca-Cola guy, she turns around and she goes, "No more," literally, she goes, "No more fucking with me, because the next time you do, I'm just going to call Michelle."
I thought you were going to say
I look bad when I laugh. I gotta.
You want me to flip it so you don't look bad when you cough? How's that? Here, I'll put you over here in that corner. You like being in the corner? Nobody puts baby in the corner. Oh man, that's one of the movies that Michelle and I watched when we first got together. Hungry eyes. Sorry. Everybody's fucking packing up and dipping off the show now. They're like, "Oh Jesus, he's singing." I was telling a joke the other day, and it was about you and my singing.
Oh,
and I'm like, "Babe, hear me out." Now, this is kind of funny because, for the longest time, I'm like, Michelle used to think I could sing good. And then we're driving down the road and I'm singing and she goes, "Oh, babe, you sing so good." So I turned the radio down. I'm like, "You ready?" So then I let her hear me sing. And I was like, "See, now that's the difference without the radio drowning me out and making me sound good." Anyway.
A couple years ago, 12 years ago at a Christmas party, he stood up and
come on,
did karaoke.
It was David Lee Roth.
And a lot of...
What? A lot of people said what? It's a real deep voice. It was a David Lee Roth song, and I Ain't Got Nobody is the song. I ain't got nobody. Just turn it up. You if you're cold,
what do you think I just did? I'm not completely stupid.
Oh, okay, all right, whatever, fine. I thought you were cold. Yeah, yesterday was one of those days I just didn't feel like getting up and doing anything, and I knew you weren't feeling good, so I didn't bother waking you up. And then once you did get up, you were like, "So?" I'm like, "No." The funny thing was the other day when you said about the clock, you're like, "Babe, the show, you're late." I'm like, "Yeah, babe, except we forgot to set the clocks back, so we still got an hour."
This guy.
This guy.
Over here, Lewis.
Me?
Yeah.
Wow. What'd I do?
Wakes me up at freaking 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing I take my medication. "Babe, you want to do it? This is all I hear.
It's not.
I don't care what he's saying.
In the morning.
I don't care what he's saying. This is all I hear.
It's not
and
5 o'clock.
The last 3 days, let me tell you something. I was in a really, really, really good dream the last 3 days.
Really?
Yeah. No, you weren't in it. So, And he wakes me up right at the good part, and then I don't remember the dream, but I know that I was at
sucks.
the
I
good
hate it
part.
when somebody does that. And listen, let's just clarify. It wasn't 5 fucking o'clock. It was 7 o'clock. I gave you the 2 fucking hours.
No, it was 6 o'clock.
It was not 6 o'clock. I wake you up 7 o'clock every day because you don't need more than a fucking hour. I love girls that need like 3 hours to get fucking ready for anything. It's like, yo, dude, it don't even take that long to fucking paint a car. I can paint a car in less time.
Then they do their face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Was it you that used to take 5 hours? You used to get up like
I
4
never.
or 5. Yeah, when we first got together, you used to get up
You
like
was
4 or
smoking
5 hours.
crack.
Well, then who the fuck was it, man? I can't remember. if
Your
it was
exes.
you or
I don't
yeah,
know.
it drove me fucking nuts. I think it was you, babe. I got
You know what? Now you're gonna start singing Cher. It was you, babe.
Yeah, I got you, babe.
No, I said it was you, babe.
I know, but that's a good parody.
Riot declared
Hey,
in Portland, Oregon, amid new wave of anti-Trump protests.
do
There was a riot declared in Oregon,
origami.
Oregon, Portland,
Mm.
Portland.
Hey, Carrie, how you doing?
Wait.
Oh, she's at work now. She can't listen. Well, you can watch. That's the good thing about it. You don't have to just listen. It's probably
So
even harder.
George Zimmerman, you remember
Oh,
him?
boy.
Remember that guy?
Old Trayvon killer.
So George Zimmerman
Zimmerman.
used a racial slur in a bar, police say.
He's gonna be found dead one of these days. Somebody gonna
Yo,
blow
he
him
keeps
away.
getting busted for a whole bunch of shit. He was shady to begin with. Shady. Sanford, Florida, Zimmerman yelled at a female employee, used racial slurs, and was belligerent towards an deputy before he was removed from the bar, according to Seminole County Police.
Wow, that's a
Okay, so
sad bunch right there.
Wednesday night for a possible incident involved a battery involving woman in Zimmerman's group, but while the deputy was in the back reviewing surveillance video with the manager, a disturbance erupted in the front of the bar. The deputies found Zimmerman yelling at the waitress, according to the offense report. Zimmerman's friends were attempting to calm him down. Then the female employee told deputies she was trying to collect the group's bill, but Zimmerman snatched the credit card from her hand and began yelling at her. The manager told the deputy the incident was one of several in which Zimmerman was involved in the bar, and he wanted to have him removed trespass according to the offense. Before Zimmerman left the bar, he told the manager, quote, "I didn't know you were a racial explicit lover," end quote. So I would probably say that, and I don't use that word, but I would probably figure the word is nigger.
Yeah.
I don't use that word again. I don't, I do believe that there's some out there, white, black, Chinese.
I want
But
you to think about something. We're talking about Zimmerman, so it's okay to use that word in that instance.
true.
Because
So he actually said to the manager, I quote, "I didn't know you
can't
were
believe
a racial explicit lover," end quote, deputy said.
what the fuck is he? Isn't he Mexican, half Blackanese?
No, half Mexican, half something else. I don't know.
I just happen to be flipping through Facebook, baby.
Right.
And it's a mutual friend of ours who whatchamacallit, went out with another mutual friend of ours. And all I gotta say is the family picture. Yikes. Yeah, you could see the
You're talking in code. Tell
listen,
me I'm
wait,
right.
you could see how the gene pool has just gone downhill all the way from the grandmother all the way down to the youngest kid. They get worse.
For people, yeah. I'm not even gonna say
Let's
that.
see what the hell he wants now. Roger just tagged you for a possible story topics: Russia flying bombers into our airspace. Newsflash: it's been going on for about 35 years, and they do it all the time. Fucking guy, man. It was interesting for about 3 seconds. The whole conspiracy theorist thing and the whole anonymous and all that. It was interesting for about 3 seconds. Yeah.
So, pregnant girlfriend poured boiling water on Florida football star during a fight.
Nice.
A college football player
Nice chick.
is not expected to play another game
Really?
because he is suffering from severe burns.
Oof.
His 20-year-old pregnant girlfriend allegedly admitted
That's a revenge fucking hit right there. I
to
don't like it so zoomed out.
yeah, I don't either.
Let's zoom it in.
They were fighting all day. She felt extremely stressed and emotional, so let's just spray them with some hot water.
Ow. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's just fucking here. Let me scold you with boiling hot water because I'm having a bad day.
And the thing that I say with that,
That's the way to fucking solve some depression problems. She in jail?
yeah, they
you would
arrested her.
think. Yeah, you would think. Wow,
They arrested her.
I am looking bad up on camera there. Why did I stand up with the camera on me? Damn, I gotta zoom in on me a little bit from here. Look.
Yeah, from your moves up.
From my moves up. Enough said, man. Do you remember just 5-6 short years ago? The moves were banging. They were not moves. I had fucking 20-inch fucking arms and a 27-inch waist instead of a 59-inch waist. I don't know if that's it, but either way, I'm a big motherfucker. I'm a fat bastard compared to the way I was. I fucking hate it, man. I really do. I just. That's the
Is that English?
That's the coffee. That's coffee. That's what that is. I just. I would love to fucking start working out again and losing the damn weight, man. It's not that easy. It's easier said than done. What I'm trying to do right now, guys,
What you do?
is hook in another camera source here. Trying to get the Wirecast cam. There it is. Trying to get another camera set up right here in my hand, and I'll show you why. Can't say these numbers out loud, otherwise somebody will be able to access my system and hack my shit.
Okay, so just so everybody knows, why sometimes you'll see me get up and move around. My hands go numb, my arms and my legs. I will be walking and sometimes I'll lose feeling in my legs. I have what's called neuropathy, and I wanted to make sure that I explained damage often occurs in the hands and the feet. That's the first thing that normally goes numb. It's weakness, numbness, and pain from nerve damage, usually in the hands and feet. It cannot be cured, but treatment does help. Treatment. What kind of treatment? More pills, more pain pills that don't work anything?
Probably.
I do have a medical diagnosis, and they have had me tested, so I do know that for sure I have it, and it's chronic. It can be for years, or it could be lifelong. So I just want to make sure.
It's not connecting.
Oh.
I don't know why.
So if you're in Spring Hill, my sister is having a yard sale. And for those of you who know me,
Really?
find my sister.
Really?
That's the first thing that popped up. Sorry.
We're going to send her a bill now?
Yeah.
for some advertising?
Why not? We just send them.
We send them out. It doesn't mean they fucking get paid.
They never get paid.
It's fun. You gotta admit. Why the fuck isn't this motherfucker not connected? What the hell is going on here?
Oh, please do not start with this elf on the shelf shit.
The
already.
what? Who?
Elf on the shelf. But I do want to
Oh,
mention
God, here
it's
we go.
90 days until 50 Shades of Darker. I can't
I
wait.
thought you were gonna say until Christmas. I was like, bleh.
Oh, till Christmas. So it's
No,
even
God,
less than 90
fucking-
days.
I don't
So
even wanna
just
deal with it,
just to
yeah.
let you know.
Yeah, I don't
Less
wanna
than
deal with
90
it. I'll be
days.
honest with you. I'm not ready for fucking.
We're gonna do it again. Oh, that is so funny.
What?
These old ladies, they're in their 70s and 80s, and she took a water bottle and she flipped it. And then they all did the dab.
I seen that this morning.
She said to break some tension. Yeah,
I was sitting,
that's
I was sitting on the
hilarious.
shitter and I was checking
That's
that
good
out.
to know.
And yeah, so,
Purple ladybugs. Oh, that is really cool. I didn't know that.
this is pissing me off because this should work. This should work, no problem.
Purple ladybugs are found in Hawaii.
Oh, that's why.
That's why it doesn't work.
I do that every time.
What?
Oops, I gotta activate the cam on my cell phone. See, now we're working. Okay, so now, whoa, jeebus, buddy. All right, so let's go ahead and make that a little smaller. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just fucking with options and other things we can do with the program.
Here's a very, very good quote. Okay, it says protests only work if human rights have been violated. Protesting for not getting your way is just crime.
Got the double view on you. You can see.
That's crazy.
This is the studio. Giving the studio with my cell phone, so it works. That's good. This is the control center. Here, let me give you an idea what goes on. So that's usually the phone line system. This is usually where I bring up a bunch of news, and then you got the broadcast system. This is let's see. All right, so this is where it goes all the places it goes out to, Talk Shit TV, Facebook, and so on and so forth, YouTube. And then there's the actual broadcast. This is the actual program that I'm able to do everything with. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just having fun. There's the video board and the soundboard. And yeah, we're gonna get this. This is for future broadcasts. This is cool, baby. Are you looking at this right now?
No.
No? Whatever. Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh yeah. Look at that, honey. And we're nice and zoomed in. Let me zoom in on that. Whoa, yeah, baby. It's the same shot almost. Except it's a little trembly.
Trembling.
Yeah, well, now I'm really shaking it.
Okay,
Alright,
so
let's
this pastor, Mark Byrne, posted, and I normally don't post what pastors post, but
Right. Yeah,
quote,
neither do I.
we got to stop being African American or Hispanic American. We just got to start being ourselves as American. End
Enough
quote.
said.
You know,
It's true.
please.
Video
I
source. I wonder if that even works.
what the hell is this in the
Testing
dog's
1, 2.
mouth?
Where? What? Who? What? Where? Who? What? Where? When? Who? What? Where?
Oh, I can't look.
I don't want to see it. No, don't. Yeah, never mind. It's almost time for break. So yeah, I'm gonna take the portable cam, and you guys can watch the pond for the break. You know what I'm saying?
Listen to some music, make you want to go to the bathroom.
It does. It's like tinkle, 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 tinkle. I fixed the leak problem. That's definitely fixed. Ooh,
In your brain?
no, that's not fixed. There's always going to be a leak in my brain. Oh shit.
My
Hey
body-
man, listen, I appreciate everybody watching. I woke up this morning in one of those moods where I needed to discuss all of these riots and everything that's going on. So there's more to come of that. We're going to take about a 10-minute break from here. We'll be back at about 5 after. So sit tight. don't go nowhere because, yeah, we're going to do our thing. And we hope that you do yours while we're doing ours so we can come back and do our thing together. Everybody know what that means? Good. Now, will somebody explain that to me? Maybe? No? All right. Anything you want to take us out with, Mama?
No.
All right. We'll be right back. Talk shit, everyone. Peace out. We'll be right back. Don't fucking go anywhere. That should help everybody out with their morning pee. Welcome back, everyone. Talk shit. Good morning. It is Friday the 11th. It's the first weekend after this this crazy ass election we got going on. I was playing with the cell phone before and showing you guys the pond outside my studio there, and just checking, making sure it works, and it's works pretty good. so this is my view of the studio. This is what I see every day. This is what I look at. Looking out. Yeah, there's wires hanging, but you guys don't see it. There's the wiring nightmare for you. How's that? Here, I'll even. Yeah, it's crazy. But that's what you guys see, and I'm getting ready to green screen all of that from about there. Well, actually, right from about that edge there, all the way around to about that edge there. And then, well, obviously, those wires will be gone. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Just been playing with the IP camera setup on this thing. What's really cool is these cameras here can all be connected IP camera, I think, which is something I'm going to try today. And I do believe I am going to, I think I'm going to change Kennedy Studios around and set it up a little differently. I think I'm going to go back to the way it was originally, to where I am sitting over there with all of this stuff here. And the whole thing, I don't have any of the other cameras running right now, but the whole thing goes sideways in a different way. I just think I'm going to hook it up. I'm not sure. All depends. Got some rewiring to do and shit like that. I woke up this morning, came out to Kennedy Studios, came out here, sat down, and 47 degrees. I just happened to look over at the temperature and see that it was still only 69. She dipped down, got a little nipply last night. Unbelievable. I got a very weird text message. Let's see. This was going back sometime in September, I think. I'm going to bring it up. And I'm going to shoot it over into my Gmail and then bring it up on screen, because sometimes it's available, sometimes it's not, for me to see who sent it and what account it came from. But this time, what I had done was when it showed me whose account it was sent from, there it's over my Gmail. Now let me get it up on screen for you. Now, I'm talking about that email that I got, hey, help me prove who burned, yada, yada, yada.
Oh, we're going back to that.
Yeah, it's just puzzling, babe. And after all of this time of sitting there looking at it, you know what I mean? Maybe in the off chance somebody that still watches that schmuck or deals with that schmuck is paying attention. I don't know what to make of this, to be honest with you. I really, really don't know what to make of this email. And I got it on Facebook. And I'm sure, absolutely positive, that it was not sent from the man himself. Do you understand what I'm saying, babe? And I'm just working on getting it on screen right now. Throwing shit at the cat. What was that? Your what? Your lead pencil. Nice. All right, so let me get this up on screen here while she's fixing her broken pencil here, because you destroyed that motherfucker. It's toast. I seen it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Fucking toast. Toast. All right, I'm going to make it nice and big, and it's going to be right over my right shoulder here. Let me actually crop this down to make it a little different here. Just bear with me, guys. I really want you to see this, and I'm not sure what to make of it, like I said. It came, actually, I'm going to make it really, really big, and it's going to be very legible that way. So, let's see. Okay, so here we go. Ready? All right, so now it's going to come up over my left shoulder here. And again, I'm sure it is not the person whose account it is himself. And now that everybody sees that, I'm going to read it. It says, hey, just hear me out for a minute, Min. If you can help me, Ty, Big Cat Rescue, and or Rick Kirkman, Google that name, to burning my studio, I think I can make a dream of yours come true in TV and radio. Let me know. What's the matter?
I'm so sick of people promising.
Yeah, well, see, that was the funny thing about it. You know what I mean? Listen, I made up my mind a while ago, okay? The only one that's going to make my dreams come true is me. Right? And I do it every morning when I come here and I sit in the studio with you, babe, and I do this show. Right? That's how I've made my dreams come true. I'll tell you that right now.
Speaking of dreams come true, I need to read something.
All right, well, hold on. Before you get there, just hold that thought for 1 minute.
I got it. It's right here.
I want.
So I don't lose it.
I just, after all this time, after all this time on September 3rd, does it say when it was, what time it was sent? No, it just says the date.
It's September 3rd this year. And
this year, happened, right. How many years ago now?
Was it last
2
year
years
or the
ago?
year before?
2 years ago, I think. A year and a half, maybe.
He went to Raleigh and Tally with us. My surgery, the ear surgery was last year, so 2 years.
Timmy, right.
Yeah,
okay,
2
so
years.
2 years ago. 2 years ago, this has gone on. And then September 3rd, I get this email. And, at first,
Did you explain to people the whole beginning part?
I did not. And what this is basically there's this conspiracy theory that Rick Kirkman, who used to work for Joe Exotic, also known as Joe Schreivocal, also known as Damon Maldonado, also known as a whole bunch of other names.
Named that?
What?
Don't you have another friend named Damon Maldonado?
Yes.
Make sure you don't confuse the two.
No. So this guy's got a lot of aliases, and then, for obvious reasons, he's got a lot to hide. We go out there, that whole spiel when we went out to the zoo in Oklahoma and blah, 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 blah. Shortly after we left, apparently somebody, either what he claims, Big Cat Rescue, which is here in Tampa, Big Cat Rescue, just to bring everybody up to speed. The owner supposedly killed her husband, buried his remains, or fed him to the lions, then buried his bones somewhere in Brooksville. And Joe, I don't fucking know how he got involved, but whatever the case may be, they became mortal enemies, tooth and nail, hate each other, cat fight, pardon the pun. Joe downloaded a picture off of her website, changed the whatever he did to it, used it on something, and she sued him for $1 million to hide from paying the lawsuit. Joe took all of his assets out of his name, and exactly how you would hide from a lawsuit. So moving on, time goes by. We go out there, invites us to do this whole fucking spiel on his zoo, and me, Michelle, Timmy fly out there, most of my equipment, do a review on the zoo, had a great time. Second to last day, and the last day things were a little weird, if you can remember that, babe, how we were kind of ousted and you were kept in this little barn and
yeah, it was. Yeah. The last 2 days were a little weird.
I started asking too many questions and all the wrong questions they didn't want nobody to know about. And, they were talking to Timmy, trying to woo him. What had happened was we come home. Timmy says, I got you back. Yeah, right. I got you back, bro. She's supposed to go for surgery. You take her for surgery. I'll hold the show. I'll hold the show I'll hold the show down, and what I want you to do is you go take care of Michelle and do what you got to do.
And just to intrude really quick, is we flew home Tuesday evening. He's talking about a conversation that they had Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning.
Timmy and I, that is.
Timmy and Lewis. Wednesday morning, Timmy showed up for work. My surgery was scheduled Thursday. Okay, now continue.
He tells
Wednesday
me
morning when he shows
we're
up.
sitting here in the studio. There's probably about a half hour to 40 minutes before we got to go live, which Timmy was real good like that. He'd be here early every morning. We'd spend an hour hanging out in the studio, getting shit together, situated, so on and so forth. He looks at me and he's kind of smug all day, you know, and he's got this real down about him. And he just looks at me and he goes, Joe offered me a job there for $450 a week and a place to live, and I took it. And I just looked at him and I'm like, whatever. So moving on, you know, I told him, get the fuck out. We ain't even doing the show today. I do a review on the zoo, and you know, this was all prior to me even putting any of the footage together or writing my review. So now I know the truth, and I know why I was treated the way I was the last 2 days, and so
Timmy
then
left that
Timmy
Friday.
left that Friday. So time goes on, and we continue doing the show. You know, I was beat up for a little while. Don't get me wrong, because losing Timmy was rough for me.
Approximately
we had a
2
good
months
show.
after.
They all of a sudden on Facebook you can see his studio where he broadcasted Joe Exotic TV from got burned to the ground. Now, me knowing the shady history of this motherfucker, I said it from the beginning. Jewish lighting, he lit this motherfucker up on his own. He's the one that burned that studio down. Not Big Cat Rescue, not Rick Kirkman. What I think happened, and I'm hypothesizing, okay? I'm making my own assumption from what I know of Joe and what I've talked to Rick about, and
even
other people. Let me just put it to you that way. I'd think that Rick was going to go to the feds because Rick knew about a lot of the shit, a lot of the bullshit that Joe was into, all the crooked shit. And I think that they didn't see eye to eye one day, and they had this big blowout, and Rick had seen enough. Now, Rick Kirkman was, let me just Google that real quick so I can bring it up. Rick Kirkman. Kirkham. I'm sorry, I'm saying it wrong. Rick Kirkham is TV Junkie is a document that chronicles Rick Kirkham's drug addiction. It's filmmaker Michael K. Blah 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 blah. He had a crack addiction. Very predominant reporter for Inside Edition. Everybody remembers that show. Did a lot of reports, met a lot of famous people. So this is the Rick Kirkman that we're talking about, Kirkham, so everybody knows. So he's producing the Joe Exotic TV, lives at the at the zoo, and so on and so forth. And I think they got into a fight, and Rick said, "Yo, fuck you, dude. I'm done. And I'm gonna take all my footage and everything that I've got on this system, and I'm gonna go to the feds with it." Well, Joe, I do believe, panicked and didn't know how and where and what to do with all the information on the system. I think that his head of security dude, Mark, said, well, let's burn the fucker down to the ground. I know how we can get around this and get around that and blah, 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 blah. And I think they burned the fucker to the ground. So bringing us up to this email, which is 2 years later. Again, it says, hey, just hear me out for a minute. And you know what? I'm going to do this to it, okay? Here it is, all up in your shit, all right? This is the email. It says, hey, just hear me out for a minute. If you can help me tie Big Cat Rescue, which is down here in Tampa, the woman who sued him for $1 million, and Rick Kirkman, the producer that left him, and since then his show went down the tubes because in reality the only reason Joe was anybody was because of Rick and the people that Rick introduced him to and put him in front of. That's it. So to tie Big Cat Rescue and or Rick Kirkham to burning my studio, I think I can make all your dreams come true in TV and radio. Let me know. This was sent September 3rd. And it was seen on the same day, and I just haven't done anything with it until today. And I'm really not too sure where to go with it and what to do with it, what I should do with it. You know what I'm saying, babe? I mean, should I tell Joe, listen, dude, I don't know what you're fucking pulling here. I don't know what you're trying to pull. I don't know what your plans are. You know what I mean? I don't know what you're thinking here.
Me being the non-confrontational person, just leave it alone because it's a trap.
Well, I
And
should
I don't-
ask him.
No,
In
I don't
reality,
know.
what I should do is ask him. Listen, do you know about this email that was sent from your account, and what it says and what it implies? Because let's face it, what does that imply? Make all my dreams come true in TV and radio? Let me know. What does that imply? What does that imply to any of you?
You
Does
know
that
what?
imply that
It was a lie the first time.
Believe
Yes,
me,
it was very. Here
Michelle,
we go again.
yes.
Okay,
And I just said it. Rick was the driving force behind Joe. Rick was the man with all the contacts. Joe doesn't know anybody.
regardless of the
Rick
fact, I'm
introduced
talking
him
about
to
us
everyone.
right now. And as far as
I'm just saying, that's what I mean. I mean, what is he implying? What do you want me to do? You want me to go ask Rick, hey, did you burn the studio down? And because I'm here, you want me to go drive over to fucking Tampa and go, did you burn the studio down? and just like make all my dreams come true. That sounds kind of like bribish to me. I'm sure the feds that are already actively looking into this man would have a fucking blast with this. If you want it, I got the fucking picture of it. It's right here. I'll send it to Howard Baskin. I don't give a fuck. He'd have a blast with this. A blast. Yeah.
are you done?
No. Go ahead.
Well,
Change the channel.
they're 2 years ago. They're gone. They're out of my life.
I know, Michelle, but
before you cut me off, I
Go
need
ahead.
to read this. Because before my phone dies, and
oh shit.
this is important. Everybody's wondering. Okay, Amendment 2 passed in Florida. So my good friends at Cannabis posted something, and I need to read. It says, "Read carefully
Read it.
and share." People are asking about Florida and when the medical cannabis program will be up and running. According to Florida law, approved state constitutional amendments are made effective, quote, on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in January following the election, end quote. So on the first Tuesday after the first Monday in January following the election, which means the new laws kick in on Tuesday, January
Isn't that the inaugural
3rd,
ceremony too?
January 3rd, 2017. Medical cannabis will be legal in spirit after January 3rd, but it may not be legal according to the technical letter of the law. Amendment 2 requires patients to obtain number one, a letter or certification from a physician, and number 2, a valid state-issued medical marijuana ID card. And it will be months before those ID cards will even be available. Fortunately, the new law requires Florida Department of Health to finalize its MMJ regulations by June 3rd, 2017.
I think I just read this.
The first ID cards must be issued to the patients by September 3rd, 2017. Okay, guys. Now you're saying to me, Michelle, you told me to vote yes on 2, help people, and now it's going to take
Now I still can't sit out on my front porch and smoke
it
a joint.
takes another year before they can even receive medical.
Yes, that's the way it goes.
Medical. Yes. Again, we live in America, and that's how it is. That's
Going back to
what
the whole democracy system. This is how it works.
to happen. I truly apologize. I really don't apologize because it's not up to me. There are people.
Thank you for taking that back, honey. I was drinking my coffee. Don't apologize, because this is the system, and you said it. You said it the best, honey. This is the country we live in. This is the state we live in. This is what it
It's
takes to
gonna
put.
take
Yeah, listen,
a
it's not something
year.
that they could just say, okay, open up and sell some weed.
No, not at all.
That can't happen. Department of Health has to get involved first and foremost.
It needs to, and also because
Yeah, it's just
now I will tell you this: I have heard that there are already dispensaries here in Florida ready to be um
Opened and start delivering.
open.
Yeah.
Um,
Gotcha.
but you have to follow certain criteria to obviously
Get to that point at all. Yeah.
get
You can't.
there and to sell to patients.
For the doctors anyway. Now explain that, baby. Let's talk about that, because I know you've been working with your doctor. Well, not working with, but talking to your doctor. Let's explain how you just can't walk into your doctor, you know, that you've been going to see 30 years, 20 years, whatever the case may be, and say, yo, I want a prescription for medical cannabis. Can you write it?
They have to have their medical cannabis license. That's the first thing. Honestly, I do believe if you have been going to the same doctor for 30 years and you feel that your treatment should be based on cannabis, or you know, you want to get off the pills and you want to be on cannabis.
I know those chairs are a killer. We should get the lazy boy in there for you.
And you turn around and you say to your doctor, listen, help me out. I believe if he is a good doctor, not the doctor who's been seeing my grandmother for 30 years now, and he prescribes her 100 Percocets a month, or 90, 120 or 90 a month.
I think you said 120. Yeah.
Okay. You know who he is. I don't believe that he should still be working.
Babe, do you remember, not to change the subject, who was the doctor that got in trouble with terrorist ties here in Hernando County a long time ago?
He's my doctor.
Okay, same one.
SKYPE.
Which it was proven not to be true, correct?
He does have family over there.
Right, but they're not terrorists.
Does send money to his family.
The whole story was just twisted.
Make him terrorist. He, or whatever. He,
You ready to do our morning call?
Who we call?
You have reached the voicemail box of 616-970-8331. At the tone, please record your voice message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options.
Hey, good morning, scumbag. Calling you live, talk shit. Just wanted to say hello and tell you how much of a douchebag you are. And just to let you know, watching every move you make, buddy. Not here in this town. Everybody knows who I am. And everybody's reporting back to me, watching you. So you have good luck putting that show back on, because everybody that I know has got the word out. We've got 2 ads out on your ass. Yeah, you're finished here. You might as well go back up to, where is he from, babe?
In Michigan.
Into Michigan. You might as well go back up there with your wife, whose money you so, what's the word, irresponsibly throw around that's not yours. Yeah, we know all about that. Spoke to Richard, had him and his wife here in the studio. And, yeah, I know what kind of person you are now. There's 9 of us now, buddy. So, yeah, you just have a good day, and just remember that you're done. All right, so that was our daily call to Mr. Curtis Vandermolen, who is a con artist, a predator, and a thief. And I just want to, let him know every day that we are watching. So anybody in the Tampa Bay who gets approached by this man, and spread the word. Listen, what he does is he sets these businesses up. He goes around and fronts as a legitimate businessman, and fucking sets up with people like me and people like Richard and his wife, and promises all of this shit, and all of these girls that changed their life for him, and he goes around and he screws them out of money. This is not the first time. Come to find out what he did to his wife the first time. You can't go to any of the videos on his page. They're all taken down. But one of the girls, I think I have the video, and I'll bring that up tomorrow. We'll talk about it when we do our daily call.
Tomorrow I'll be sleeping.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we don't do our daily calls Monday. We'll say that for Monday. But yeah, what happens is he falls in love with this girl who was on his show last time he did it in Clearwater, who had a boyfriend who used to beat her up, and he felt bad for her, and she was a drug addict, so he thought he could help her and started spending all of this money because that's what he does. He pays for sex, whether it be a hooker or whether it be a hooker. And yeah, you know, he cheated on his wife. She found out. That's why the business went south the first time, honey. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it went south. Do you want to go back up on the thing you did? I
when
wasn't
it's
sure.
time for me to talk.
Oh, well then I'll fix that. Okay. So anyway, come to find out after all of this shit and what he done and
What he done?
what he done, and he propositioned one of the girls that was no longer on our show here. And I don't know exactly the details, and I don't want to know, but it's a pattern on what he does. And then one of the other girls was smart enough, and I'm not going to mention any names, but she was smart enough to go ahead and scam his dumb ass to giving her some money, and then hooked him up with a few friends, and that just went nah, 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 nah. And then all those other friends that those friends have are now spreading the word about him here in the Tampa Bay area. So he's finished. I mean, it's a small community of studios, and eventually with me putting it out everywhere, and I think I'll do another Beware of Curtis Vandermolen video and get it out there on the internet and hashtag the shit out of it so it stays fresh. But moving on. What's up, baby?
So our good friends at flcan.org
Florida Can
had sent me an email
mm-hmm.
and
personal or system
system.
Okay,
which is fine because that's how I
still, if it was a personal email, I'd be like, ooh.
I do get personal,
but
that part
I know
doesn't get.
Yeah,
that's my.
But if you were willing to read one of the personal ones, I would have took myself out of the shot. I mean, all eyes on you.
I will let you know.
Okay, go ahead.
But in this, if you go to floridacan.org main webpage, you'll find this anyhow listed there, and it's called Post-Election Roundup. At the very top of it, there's a list of doctors who currently recommend cannabis in Florida. They already are there, which you and I both know. Dr. Louis Galano is awesome. I just want to give a shout out to him. And as far as my doctor is not going to get his license, but his wife is going to get his license. So he'll be able, they've worked together for the last 40 years. So everybody that they know together, due to whatever. I'll let you know when he gets his license. So I'm going to read this verbatim so everybody knows. As of November 9th, 2016, 40 million people live in a state where cannabis is legal for adults 21 and older. The states are California, Maine, Massachusetts, and Nevada passed, making a total of 8 states and Washington, D.C. legal for any use over the age of 21. Amendment 2 goes into effect January 1st, 2017. The Department of Health has up to 9 months to issue patient ID cards. No cards are being given out at this time. The Department of Health can take up to 6 months to create the process and applicable regulations for licensing, cultivation, extraction, processing, and distribution businesses. Only 6 companies are currently licensed to grow cannabis for sale in Florida. So right now, we do have some out there. We are monitoring the progress of cannabis reform in Florida and taking action. Business interests hire lobbyists. Cannabis consumers, considered citizens, and patients have Florida Can. So, lastly, with this being said, there is an event that they're asking you guys to join if you want to. Please join Florida Can staff, board, and volunteers for November 19th, 2016. It's called the Canna Wellness Challenge at Wickman Park in Melbourne, Florida. It is an all-day event featuring a 5K walk, run, roll, disc golf challenge, free live music, great food, educational speakers, Canna professionals. All proceeds from 5K and disc golf scramble benefit Florida families navigating challenges and adding cannabis as their treatment plan. So, I just wanted to throw that out there. I know it's only the 11th, and I might or might not mention it again for people who listen to the show later. Go to Florida Can main website. It's flcan.org. So
Nice. Nice. I did want to talk about something. I'm setting up, and I think what we're going to end up doing is going to public service radio and TV, which means we're not going to charge our advertisers a thing, but we're going to expect them to help keep us going via donations, which becomes a charitable organization. You know what I'm saying, babe? And what I want everybody to do is I'm asking everybody to donate $1, $5, whatever you can afford, to the studio, to the show. And that's the way we're going to do it from now on. We're going to rely on you guys to keep us live. We're going to start with the Hernando Daily News and all of that going into production to bring you the 24-hour a day broadcasts, the news, the weather, the different shows, talk shit in the morning, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. I was giving this some thought last night, and I think this is probably the best way to do it, honey. Instead of chasing around advertisers, give them the opportunity to advertise their business for free with a donation of whatever they can do. The bigger, obviously, your donation, then obviously the more we can do for you. But I think that working with the community as far as the rest of the station, now talk shit is talk shit. It's going to continue to be talk shit. And it's going to continue to do what it is and what everybody's come to love and come to watch. But as far as the direction of the show and how we're going to go about generating revenue to keep us on the air, because I'll be honest with you folks, regardless of the situation that happened, it still costs money to keep the lights on in here. The cameras take electricity. The 5 computers take electricity. The soundboard, the video board. I mean, it all costs money to do all of this. My time. I need to be compensated for my time. Yeah, I mean, we live off of a fixed income, a very small income. It's not much. So what I think I'll do is I'll offer our advertising services for free. Obviously, if you don't want to donate, you don't have to. We'll still do something for you, but it's not going to be on such a grand scale. We're going to advertise the shit out of the website. And this is all just things that I've decided that now that we've moved on from this other situation, I wanted to go back to what I originally wanted to do, babe, was, what are you doing? Oh, you want me to swap? Mama's looking around like, hello. I want to go back to originally the original concept of what my idea was, and that's to do something for the community and do something for the businesses here and promote the local business. And yeah, sure, we're going to get out internationally and we're going to go out all over the place and Facebook and Hitbox and YouTube and Periscope and all of these different outlets. But in reality, we're a very big part of this community here in Hernando County, Tampa Bay area. I always say I want to leave Florida, but where the fuck are we going to go? Let's be honest. Where are we going to move to? Now, in 6 short months, because let's face it, those 6 months are going to fly by. and we're going to be watching on the headlines. First, legal cannabis THC strand delivered to first patient type shit. Let's face it, it's going to be, a lot of people are still going to have to go with their fucking street dealer because they can't afford the prices. Yeah, the bud's going to be good. It'll be nice to be able to go get every once in a while. It'll be cool
or
to do.
get oil that you
Sure,
know
yeah,
can
right.
help your kid, or
Right, yeah. But as far as
this is all medical. There's not going to be shops.
I'm talking the price. Unless, with the Department of Health stepping in and they're willing to let the, insurance start paying for shit like that, which is not going to happen until we reschedule it federally. It's not going to help too many people. It's going to help a lot of people who got the money to pay for it.
Or for it to completely
let's face
come
it,
off.
Honey, you're clear. You can open the door. You're clear at the door.
Okay, so
this is what you got to see. Look. You're clear at the door. Oh, you got coal? Come here. Give me coal. Bring coal. Why? He's still going after her. Give me that big fucking bastard. All right, so this is Cole. Oh, my big boy. This is our pet rat, Cole. Yes, he's a big, giant motherfucker. Yes, he is a big boy. Big boy. What do you say? That's about, he's over 12 inches long. I'll tell you that right now.
Watch, you
And
might step on a piece of plastic. I threw
He's
a
not even a year
door.
old. So there's a good shot of him on my shoulder. What, Bobby
I
boy?
threw a pencil at the door.
This is my pet rat,
broke
Cole, everyone. He is my baby boy. Everybody that knows me knows I've had pet rats for a while. And let's face it, look at this fucking thing. I mean, he's more...
Originally, it started, our oldest, Felicia, was about 10 years old, and I gave her $5, and she wanted to be a big girl.
No.
And she turned around and said, "Mommy, can I go in the store and get a hamster?" And I was like, "Yup."
Yeah, okay.
And the hamster was $3.95. Now, honestly, I really can't stand hamsters because anytime you walk into a home with hamsters, you normally can smell it.
Mm-hmm.
Then she comes out and gives me almost $4 in change. And
you were like, wait a minute.
I said to her,
the hamster was like $3.99 or something like
you
that.
should see how long its tail is. And she pulls out a rat. That rat was named
Diamond.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Diamond was
our first rat.
around for a long
7 years.
time.
Listen, the lifespan of most domesticated rat is about 3 to 5 years
3 to
at
5.
most, in the perfect conditions. Diamond was around about 7 years. Diamond was actually about as big as he is, and females usually it's not that common for a female to get this big. All right, but she got really big.
No, Diamond would scare away my big ass Doberman.
Oh, she would chase him around the fucking house. That was hilarious.
She got bit twice.
They have become a household thing for us for how long now?
Since Adler. So since 2000.
So since the year 2000, pet rats have been pretty much a household thing for us. And I got to tell you, everybody who's looking at them going, ew, that's so disgusting. Does this look like a disgusting animal to you? I mean, you heard that? Did you hear it? Did you hear him sniffing?
Mm-hmm.
He is incredibly smart. I bet you if we didn't have cats and dogs that would eat him, we could let him run around the house. And when I call him, he would come running. He is that smart. They have incredible
Which we
personalities.
did with Diamond. Diamond was allowed to run around the house.
Huh?
And we had a dog.
What do you mean?
As soon as Cole goes back into the cage, he cleans himself.
I mean,
They're
everybody thinks they're
very
dirty animals.
Yeah,
Nope.
if you're in the gutters of New York, I'm sure those rats are probably bigger than a cat.
They're
and
a product of their environment, I'm sure. Yeah.
So on, but
now the thing is, when I put him back, get off my wire, bitch. The first thing he's going to go do is clean himself. He wants to go down in my lap.
And then he's going to go and take it from his wife again.
Right, and then he's going to go rape his fucking wife. He is a dirty, nasty rapist. I gotta tell you, him and Donald Trump would get along.
Oh,
real good.
you're a Trump supporter.
I am not a
All
Trump supporter. Okay, I believe in a person
Let's
like
just be
Trump.
nice to each other.
All right. What
I
are you
wanna-
doing, dude? Look at this.
I want to
I
go
got the
ahead.
goosebumps.
I want to go ahead
Take 'em, baby.
and continue explaining to people a few things about Amendment 2. The amendment specifically defines a debilitating condition to mean, quote, cancer, epilepsy, glaucoma, HIV, AIDS, PTSD, ALS, Crohn's disease, Parkinson's disease, MS, or other debilitating medical conditions of the same kind or class as comparable to those enumerated and for which a physician believes that medical use of marijuana would likely outweigh the potential health risks for the patient.
So, in layman's terms, if your fucking balls itch, you can't go. You're not getting a fucking prescription for cannabis to stop the itch. Forget about it.
If you have one of these named disorders, and your physician believes that medical use of marijuana would likely outweigh the potential health risk for a patient, you have a right to marijuana under Amendment 2. However, it is unlikely that legal distribution under Amendment 2 will begin before the legislature ends in June. The newly passed constitutional amendment authorized the Department of Health to take up to 9 months to issue patient identification cards. In addition to issuing patient identification card, it is up to the Department of Health to promulgate regulations within 6 months governing the qualifications for caregivers, the amount of cannabis a patient may have, and the procedures for registration of medical marijuana treatment centers. The Department of Health must create procedures for issuance of licenses for the MMTC, testing procedures, record keeping, security standard, labeling, inspecting, and safety. I know that if you're a patient right now or you love a patient who hopes to use medical cannabis, it'd be easy to feel a little discouraged right now. We are a long way away from walking into a shop on the corner, purchase a variety of labeled, tested, and taxed cannabis. Lawyers will debate the application of this amendment for many years to come. However, Florida does have an existing compassionate use program administered by the Department of Health Office of Compassionate Use. It is likely that lawmakers will expand upon this existing program to meet the needs of any new patient. There are 6 organizations already licensed by the Department of Health. 2 of them, TRULIEVE and SURTERRA Therapeutics, have already begun distributing low THC, high CBD products to patients. The Florida legislature added a full spectrum cannabis products for the terminally ill patients during the 2016 season. So, I know that right now people are going to feel a little discouraged because they're like, where do I go? There is a list of doctors, like I said earlier, that will allow you to have a recommendation due to the schedulization of cannabis is still legal. So obviously you're going to go ahead and, they can't write you a script for it.
Hey, phone lines are open 727-242-5702 if you guys want to call up, talk some cannabis here.
It don't matter. We're almost over.
Are we?
7 minutes.
Really? Get the fuck out of here. Oh wow, we got 7
All right,
minutes.
I'll leave now. It's
So
okay.
scratch that about the phone. That's a no go. Because where the fuck out of Dodge? I didn't realize it was that late already. Damn. Excuse me. Listen, I want to thank everybody for watching Talk Shit. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here watching us. Everybody who interacts in the chat room and checks out the show. Just keep in mind, hey, we got a phone call. Talk Shit. What's up?
Hello, this is Tiffany from the National Student Loan Center, calling to let you know that your student loan has been flagged to receive a rate and payment reduction of up to 40% as part of the new government student debt relief program.
How did they get that number?
2013. Press 1 to be connected to a live operator to take advantage.
Let's do it. Fuck it.
Due to high call volume, all counselors are busy. But
Of
please
course.
leave your name,
No.
number, and total student debt, and the next available counselor will call you shortly.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey, how you doing? This is Lewis Kennedy with Talk Shit Radio. You guys called me live on the air. How about we make sure it doesn't happen again? How you like that?
Hey, like me now.
How you like me now?
No, like,
How you like me now? What? I was dancing. Mama.
this is a
I'm
beautiful,
dancing.
beautiful still beauty in heaven.
What? Let me see it. Show it up.
I can't tell you.
Come on, that's fucked
We're
up.
on the air. I'm not supposed to be shopping.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're not supposed to be doing personal
But
shit.
I don't
on
work
here.
here, so I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, no,
So
man.
it doesn't
I
really
still
matter.
can't believe that dude fucking. I am. You have no idea how glad I am that I was not there. What's surprising about that phone call is I had just said phone lines are open, and then fucking sales call comes into the studio line.
Again, thank you
Interesting.
to all the veterans out there, to all the people,
absolutely.
even if you didn't go to war,
If
you're
you were in the
serving,
military during
you're
a
serving.
war, then you're a veteran. Well, you're a veteran no matter what, but you're a wartime veteran. You're a veteran no matter what. So thank you for your service.
Yes.
And if
Yeah, I
you
was
see
gonna
on
say
the
fix that.
broadcast, can you see right now? It says right under you.
I don't know.
It's actually
That's
right about here.
American
So
free.
it's cutting off your nipples, so all they see is America. But it says, Talk Shit TV thanks our veterans for their service and sacrifice. Because whether you were injured or not, you still sacrificed family time out of your life to go and do that. And, you know, we here at...
Hi, Jennifer.
Hey, Jen, how are you? We here at Talk Shit want to thank you guys for exactly that. It's an awesome thing that you did. It's an awesome thing that you do every morning. If you're still active, you wake up, you get up and you go to work knowing that there's a very good chance that you might not be able to come home to your loved ones, to all those guys over in Afghanistan and
My heart
Iraq
goes out
and
to-
yeah, all the countries right now that are war torn and that we are there fighting,
which we shouldn't be.
which we should be for different reasons that we are there. But regardless of the fact, we are fighting our Vietnam, and there's no turning back now. Because if we leave now, the countries, the whole region will go to shambles, and it'll be a major. It's a risk to the way of life. But let's hope our new president takes care of all of that. What do you think, man? What? You hear a big truck? Yeah, it happens. The walls are soundproof, but they ain't that soundproof. Harley Davidson goes by here ripping. You're hearing it. I don't give a fuck how much shit you put on the walls. Anyway, guys, we're actually going to end it here. We're about 4 minutes early. I'm pretty sure Mama's done, right? Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, again, like I said, my main thing is just thank you. Thank you so
for
much.
your service, guys. Really, really, really appreciate it. You know what? For some of the sacrifices that were made, and you know, some of the losses and for the reasons that were used. Ridiculous. Just
Oh,
ridiculous.
and just a reminder, veterans who need cannabis, there is an organization. Hook up with them. They're awesome.
What is the
You can-
organization?
Veterans for Cannabis, or
Okay.
Cannabis for Veterans.
Cool deal.
I'll post it.
You'll get it
But
up on
again-
Talk Shit. Actually, yeah, Mamo, go ahead and get that link up on Facebook.com/Talk Shit Radio. I know it's Talk Shit TV, but that's what it used to be. And or Kennedy Studios INC, and that's Facebook.com/Kennedy Studios INC.
Again, thank you for the veterans. Thank you to everybody listening. Be good to one another. Nice. Just be nice. And it's not worth it, you know? Bye.
Talk
Peace.
Shit. We'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend, everyone. Peace out. Thanks for watching.